My dad takes story time very seriously, part 4. When he got to the top, he'd walk back down to the bottom, and then start again. A few others followed him. It didn't dawn on me that something was wrong until I saw one of the strangers' smiles, dripping blood. I thought my brain was making things up, but then someone down the hall looked at me and waved with a similar tame smile, red droplets flicking down from her teeth. I saw it more and more upon the guests, and cried for my dad. He found me, grabbed my hand, and pulled me into his room. It started. I heard him mutter to himself in a whisper. He shut the doors behind him and barricaded the entrance as I continued crying. "It's story time, all right," he said. I was rattled beyond belief, but the words brought me a light comfort. He sat in his special chair, the one he always sat in. Then, he told me the story about Patrick Bear and the uninvited guests. I tried my best to listen intently. On one special day, Patrick found out that he was throwing a party. That was news to him. I felt a force pushing against the door. The guests rolled in one by one, more than he could have ever imagined. They were already inside. They spilled into the room, wandering. I averted eye contact with them. My dad shot me a knowing, mindful look. I was doing what he wanted. They had big hats and big TIs and fancy shoes, but Patrick Bear didn't care. A clutter of strangers gathered behind my dad's seat. They peeked their heads up to look at me. The others started sitting around me in a circle. They left only a small gap for me to lock eyes with my father. Through my blurry peripheral vision, I could sense all of their eyes were fixed on me. Patrick just wanted his alone time, so fancy friends didn't mean much to him. The whispers of the strangers were the hardest part. "Look here. Do you want to have a staring contest? Look away for just 1 sec," they all said in different variations. The guest stayed longer than he would have liked. The bloodied smile of the stranger crept up right in front of me. I kept my dad's gaze with the 2-inch gap to the strangers left that had been afforded me. But eventually, I saw my dad's neck slowly twist. His eyes had averted from me. They looked upwards now, towards a woman that was hovering in front of him. I heard cracks and snaps. The strange, caterpillar smile returned to his face as his cheeks pulled in opposite directions. Blood pooled from his mouth. He briefly looked at me again, now with an apologetic gaze. "I'm sorry, my sweet one. I had to look at your mother." His face and neck contorted in ways that didn't even make sense, but he was able to slip out one final line. "H. Howard OESD story in ed."